I'm Steve Lacey.
And I'm Natasha Verma. 23-year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection to a in Queens that dates back to 2021. Investigators are looking into the possibility that it was a...
It is reportedly Yoel, not Remy's son, who is living with Nicki's cousin-in-law. Why is it so chaotic in these WAP streets? Since Nicki and Remy have been at odds for almost 15 years, this drama has really grown out of control. Since Remy's son Jason was taken into custody by the police for the murder of a man who was also Kenneth Petty's cousin, Nicki is certain that she was the original target and that Remy had placed a hit on her. Yoel, take a seat because we're going to have our detective arrive because things are getting out of control because Remy's life took a drastic turn. Just when we thought the drama surrounding Remy and Papoose couldn't get any more intense with rumors that Remy had cheated on Papoose with rapper Easy the Block Captain, things went completely out of control. Her son Jason Scott was busted by the NYPD and charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, criminal possession of a weapon, and reckless endangerment. Her oldest son was apprehended by the police for allegedly living with someone back in 2021. He was arrested a few days ago on murder charges, and things are looking very bad for him now. For those of you who are not aware, Jason is not Papoose's biological son because he is a son from a previous marriage she had long before she met him. However, Jason is not the only person arrested. Richard Swear, a friend, was also arrested and charged with first-degree murder, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. When the news first broke, everyone was confused and wondering what exactly had happened. First-degree murder is serious and is not to be taken lightly because a conviction typically carries a sentence of 25 to life in prison. In a statement, the police revealed that Jason and Richard are accused of something very serious: the murder of a 47-year-old man named Darius Gabo on June 7, 2021. According to reports, Darius was no stranger to law enforcement, having been arrested 13 times and serving 3 jail terms. The state attorney general's office claims that Gabber, also known as DB Block on the streets, was one of 54 people indicted in a comprehensive investigation known as Operation Heatwave in November 2020. An NYPD spokesperson told XXL that officers responded to a 911 call, a male shot at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard within the boundaries of the 13th Precinct, after Officer Galbo was charged with supplying a drug ring in upstate Jefferson County by Attorney General Lee James. Upon arrival, officers found a 47-year-old male who was unconscious and unresponsive with multiple wounds to his head and chest. EMS arrived at the scene and took the victim to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, where he was declared dead. The authorities are looking into the potential that this was a murder. It was also disclosed. People are arguing that the apple didn't fall too far from the tree because Remy had her own legal history. For example, in May 2008, Remy was sentenced to 8 years in prison for shooting her associate Mada Bonds Joseph. She was found guilty of several charges, including attempted coercion and assault. For her celebrity mother getting involved in this kind of mess is completely insane. The worst part is that she wasn't even sorry. Rumor has it that she had some of her male friends attack a witness's boyfriend to intimidate the witness into not testifying, which led to additional charges of witness tampering and gang assault. She served 6 years of her 8-year sentence before being released in 2014, and now it appears that the drama runs in the family. People are making fun of Remy Ma, claiming that she's a bad influence and that her son's bad behavior came directly from her playbook. However, rumors are that Remy is beginning to feel the heat since she knows her. Son might face a lengthy prison sentence if found guilty of murder, and the drama only gets more bizarre because there are now rumors that Remy may have been the one who released the hit. However, what many people are unaware of is that the victim, Darius Gibbo, is not just any individual. Rather, he is a notorious criminal and kingpin in the neighborhood, and it's terrible because his people are furious and are out for blood. Minaj, the fact that Remy and Nicki have been at odds for as long as anyone can remember makes this relationship even more problematic. The conflict began in 2007 when Nicki disparaged Remy by asserting that she was the 2006 rap queen. In 2007, Remy's debut studio album was released. It includes a genuine story about her declaring herself the undisputed queen of rap, saying, "I'm the queen of rap, and there's none higher." Nicki made fun of her mixtape's freestyle song Dirty Money by saying that playtime is over. Nicki gave Remy a number of sarcastic remarks during the song, such as the portion. In an interview, Remy claimed to have confronted Nicki about those lyrics, saying, "When I saw her at a party, I was like, yeah, what was that line about Remy said to this day? I think it was a stab at me. That's what you do in rap, and I'm cool with that." They continued to throw shade back and forth, and in 2016, Remy went one step further when she released the song Money Showers with her Terror Squad. In the song, Remy's collaborator Fat Joe criticizes an opponent who considers herself the queen, a title that Remy thinks she doesn't merit. She raps B in the notion that she is the queen, yet hardly is the one who gave you a crown. Steve Remy also mentioned how Nicki used a ghostwriter and hardly wrote her own verses, despite her pretense of writing everything. Additionally, during a freestyle, Remy mentioned Nicki's signature line, "All this BS is my son's," using her own line. "All this talk about my son and your son, I'm hot, and your whole world revolves surrounding me, I am the son of Papoose," who then backed up his lady by rapping, "There can only be one queen." Talk about a supportive man. Nicki responded by claiming that Remy had been out of jail for 2 years, but had not made any impact in the rap scene. She said, "I gave these BS 2 years now. Your time's up," bless her heart. But every line in the song, Make Love, is terrible. Nicki also made fun of Remy's low album sales by joking that she was the queen of this hair, a platinum plaque album flop trick in which you see a silly rabbit acting like the queen of rap. Obtain plaques plural like the S on my chest. Then Nicki's small, nuanced jabs may have struck home because barely 48 hours later, Remy responded with Shoe, a nearly 7-minute diss track that took aim at Nicki Minaj and was set to the tunes of Nazi's iconic Ether. When people discovered that the man Remy's son allegedly united was Nicki's husband's cousin, fans went crazy on the internet and began putting 2 fingers on each other. It was a messy musical showdown, and Remy spilled all the tea, calling out everything from ghostwriting whispers to plastic surgery rumors. And 2 combined, it's causing war. Some claim that Nicki thinks Remy is responsible for this and that she set a hit on her. She thinks Remy had it out for her and was merely attempting to get her out, but everything went wrong and Darius was hit instead. It is said that Nicki and Kenneth had been speaking to Darius the day he was shot. They had been together earlier that day, but Darius was shot a few hours later. Interestingly, Nicki posted a call on the internet shortly after Jason's arrest was made public. She also tweeted, "Who up?" in response to what I recently learned. Regretfully, it appears that Remy's son is in even more risk as a result of the threats that Darius's friends and supporters have been making against him on social media.
Talking about justice for D-Block, now that Remy, my son, then went to jail. And I just want to say, that ain't no justice for D-Block. You think D-Block want sitting on D-Block for his... You think D-Block want sitting on D-Block for his... Make it make sense. Other than his daughter and his family, ain't none of y'all supposed to be saying no like that. Yeah, because son wouldn't have been saying no that. If that black ass by you right there, God forbid, would have got killed in these streets, ain't no way in the world me and my son D-Block would have been in Sparkle Crib talking about, I hope that go to jail that by you. No way in the world. So for all of y'all posting justice for D-Block, I just want to say, that sound like rats to me. Let's get that.
Well, to no surprise as his mother, Remy is standing 10 toes behind her son. In a statement, she said, "We stand behind John's innocence and pray that the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. This is undoubtedly a difficult time for my family and me, and we sincerely appreciate the love and support we have received from all of you. We kindly ask for privacy as our legal teams work to prove Jason's innocence. His legal counsel, however, has strongly advised him to keep quiet because most people in similar circumstances are told by their lawyers because the case is still pending. Now, the streets are saying that it will only be a matter of time before Remy's alleged involvement in this is revealed because it's becoming unpleasant. There is no doubt that the fans have a lot to say about it, and the Bobs have been responding with things like Remy Ma's son was hired to kill Nicki Minaj's husband's brother. The problem is that Remy was also at odds with her, so maybe have dispatched her own children. The Silver Spoon Trust Fund babies are all concerned with being gangsters, which is why Remy Ma's kid, Jason Scott, was arrested for first-degree murder. I want to know how you feel about this. Do you think Remy was truly aiming for Nicki? Or do you think this is just a case of people worrying about everything but raising their children the right way? This situation is getting out of control. Who would have thought that Hollywood was living so lavishly? Merely one of those coincidental circumstances? Leave your comments below, and then have a look at this. This chapter looks at how Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj feud started and why it has lasted so long. The shocking incident reports that Nicki Minaj's cousin was tragically killed in a shooting that occurred, making it one of the most notorious feuds in pop history. From diss tracks like SHT to shady social media posts, these two rap queens have never been on the same page. But could their beef have escalated to life-threatening violence? Shock the music business, even though early police reports claimed the incident was the result of arbitrary new accusations. We examined the case's specifics and the claimed involvement of Remy Ma's family. Could this have been a coincidence, or is there anything more going on? We pointed the finger at Remy Ma's son. Although no formal declarations have been made, industry rumors about Remy Ma whispers imply that she may have been involved in planning the hit on Nicki Minaj's cousin. And those in the know are making the connections that could Remy Ma has sought retribution against Nicki Minaj by using her position of power. The startling accusations and their potential ramifications are examined in this chapter. Nicki Minaj's fervent reply, not one to remain silent. Nicki Minaj addressed the matter by taking to social media and her music, criticizing Remy Ma in a number of postings. Nicki demanded justice for her cousin and blamed Remy for the tragedy. We examined Nicki's response and its effects. Influence on the business despite the grave accusations. What Remy Ma has to say, those sources close to Remy Ma indicate that she is getting ready to clear her name. She has been largely silent about the matter. Could this be a misunderstanding, or are the rumors true? Remy Ma's position on the matter and her intentions to refute the charges are examined. As word of the accusations circulated, the hip-hop community reacted in a variety of ways. Some members are supporting Nicki Minaj and calling for Remy Ma. We examined the responses from fans and industry insiders who are reacting to the drama and the potential legal ramifications if the accusations against Remy Ma's son are true, even though some people think this could be a complex plot to damage Remy's reputation. In this chapter, we examine the potential legal outcomes and what this could imply for Remy and her family. Law enforcement is allegedly looking into the issue, and if charges are brought, this could mean serious trouble for them. We examine how this controversy may impact their music endorsements and public image. Both rap artists Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma are facing serious career consequences as a result of the accusations flying and the high levels of emotion. Will one of their careers be permanently ended? The reality behind the headlines, which are filled with a lot of conjecture and rumors in this final chapter, we examine the facts and disprove any accusations. Was Remy Ma's son actually engaged in this, or is it just a case of false information spreading like wildfire? Falsehoods, and end by stating that, as of now, these surprising accusations have caused the friction between Nicki Minaj and Remy to reach an all-time high. It's still unclear whether Remy Ma was involved in this tragedy, but one thing is for sure, the hip-hop community is keeping a close eye on things as new information comes to light. This story is far from over, so stay tuned for updates as we continue to uncover the truth behind this explosive controversy. If there's one thing Remy Ma is going to do, it's crash out over moving on and finding new love for someone who claims. Regardless of his past activities, she is closely monitoring him and his recent relationship with Clarissa Shields. We all assumed Remy would be done with Papoose after he was humiliated by his new girlfriend, but it appears that she is still hung up on him. Rumor has it that Papoose is planning to pop the question to Clarissa any day now, and Remy and Clarissa have been at odds for a while. Their feud even surfaced on social media a few months ago when the two women were dragging each other over Papoose. Is struggling to cope with it, and it appears like she is spiraling once more. Fans have been rocked by the drama between Remy Ma and Papoose, especially considering they were once thought to be one of the most resilient couples in hip-hop. It appeared like they could handle anything, but now there are claims of infidelity on both sides and more outrageous charges circulating. In 2008, Remy Ma was imprisoned for shooting someone, and rumors circulated that their relationship was over, but against all odds. Even though Remy had more than 6 years left to serve, Papoose remained faithful, and they even got married while she was still incarcerated. Shady fans admired his unwavering dedication, which made their bond seem unbreakable. Let's face it, what Papoose did was extraordinary, especially in Hollywood, where loyalty is as uncommon as a unicorn. Every other week we hear about some rapper involved in drama, but Papoose remains steadfast in demonstrating his loyalty to Remy in a way that made him a legend in the entertainment industry, or so we believed. Now, Remy is out there saying that Papoose cheated on her during her entire incarceration, but when she was eventually freed, Papoose was there to help her get used to life outside of prison. They not only survived those years apart, but they also emerged stronger, rebuilding their relationship, and by 2018, they were celebrating the birth of their daughter, Remy. Remy had 3 children from a previous relationship, and Papoose already had a son of his own, but it appeared that they blended their families well. However, in 2023, rumors began to circulate that their marriage was failing because Remy had allegedly cheated with rapper Eazy, the Block Captain. Their once unshakable love story began to look much more shaky, but the drama didn't stop it. It just hurt feelings and turned into a full-fledged physical altercation. Word on the street is that Papoose ran into Eazy at an industry event, and things quickly became heated. Was unwilling to overlook anything, and he reportedly knocked Eazy out cold without hesitation. However, the real unrest occurred during a rap battle in which Remy and Eazy teamed up to fight Guy Gotti. If you've ever watched a rap battle, you know it's verbal combat with no hands barred. Everyone's jaws were on the ground when Guy, in the heat of the moment, grabbed the microphone and said that Remy had cheated on Papoose with Eazy. The accusation sent shockwaves through the crowd, giving the impression that the entire situation had been staged. Open secret for a while, but Gotti didn't just walk away. Oh no, he went in on Remy, dragging her for filth and exposing her alleged betrayal. The most outrageous part is that he didn't even deny the rumors. In fact, he essentially confirmed them. It turns out that Papoose wasn't about to sit around and deal with heartbreak after all those years of loyalty. Word on the street is that he called it quits with Remy over her infidelity, but rather than becoming embroiled in the mess, Papoose moved on swiftly and began dating a world-class boxer, Clarissa Shields. Since Papoose's relationship with Clarissa is becoming more serious, Remy is losing it. Some are saying she's spinning out of control. At first, she played it cool, seeming unconcerned and completely over the problem. Even worse, she has been implying that she is prepared to throw hands if necessary. The drama is far from finished, and it appears that things will only get messier as she continues to throw shade and talk rashly about fighting for what is rightfully hers. Keep checking back because things are quickly getting heated up. At first, Remy assumed she would keep things quiet, but a few days ago, she took to Instagram to vent about Papoose and Clarissa's text message leaks. In one of the messages, Clarissa told Papoose, "You take responsibility. You were the one who was married. If you can't, at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person. It shouldn't be a big deal to let me know you made it home safely or to communicate that you fell asleep in the Sprinter. It appeared that Clarissa was urging Papoose to be more open with her, but Remy ridiculed her for writing Clarissa Shields was lying at my house when Pooh's stupid self fell asleep on the phone, and he won't go. Now that I'm saying everything, this girl, who is supposedly a world boxing champion, got afraid and hung up the moment she heard my voice. Oh, and you're not alone, baby girl. Remy went one step further and accused Clarissa and her public relations staff of fabricating tales about me every day in order to make Papoose appear good and her look bad.